This is gonna work. There we go. Orb. 2-tap. Hey friends, in a recent round of buffs, the Chaos Accelerant aspect was buffed to improve the grenades even further. As you can see, the Axion Bolt now sends out 2 volleys. The other grenades were buffed too, but I'm covering Axion Bolts today. And to go with the theme, I put Echo of Undermining for weakened grenades, and then threw on the exotic Verity's Brow. Every time I get a stack of death throws by getting a void weapon kill, hold on, let's switch guns here so I actually do damage. I get a stack, and each of those stacks is worth 20%. And yes, if I had 0 stacks, cooked a grenade, and got a kill while the bolt is traveling, it improves the damage before the bolt hits him. I wasn't able to suss this out during gameplay, but I tested it here at the firing range just to confirm. I don't recommend this setup though. This setup is bad and just for a funny build that you might get a kill every 10 games with. So, it's not good. I even went a step further and went for 2 taps with this hand cannon with Golden Tricorn by stacking 160 weapons and triple Void Surge and somehow got a couple kills with it. So that is a thing. The featured gameplay is going to show positive outlook with Golden Tricorn, and it ripped even with 0 weapon stat. The important stat today is 157. Somehow, some way, just throwing on armor in my vault, I landed on this number, and it turns out to be the exact amount I need to have the Axion Bolt 2-tap in PvP unassisted by any weapons or anything else. So, the better way to run this, about to throw a lot of stuff on screen, is to go with Controverse Hold, because it now applies Weaken, which lets you take a different fragment, like Echo of Vigilance. So let's show you what I'm running real quick. Starvation, why? Because having more Devour equals more grenades. Remnants, why? Because I want the Axion Bolt to track farther, or for longer. Expulsion, because enemies group up and this will yield more grenade kills, which yields more Devour. So then Undermining, so my grenades hit harder, but I would just substitute that for Vigilance now and get an extra 20 grenade stat, which is extremely useful. So yes, I do recommend Controverse Hold if you're trying to optimize this build. Now the next thing to mention is I don't have that good of armor. I wasn't getting tier 5s while Iron Banner was around, so I just don't have good armor to spike my grenade stat up into 160 plus. So I made do with the Disaster Core armor, and I tried to balance my loadout around the theme of an auto rifle and a sidearm, and I guess I still could if I wanted to use Traveler's Chosen and then maybe an Energy Void Sniper or something like that. I could still run this build and it would be fantastic. However, I wanted to try an auto rifle because I like using auto rifles, and I hate to say that they just don't perform good enough right now in today's meta. I'm getting flinched off by hand cannons, or I have to play ability, melee, lunge, network, roulette with glaives and whatnot. It's just not a good look when you could put a single hand cannon shot into them and switch to your shotgun versus one auto rifle shot and switch to your shotgun. You can imagine why the hand cannon is more consistent, as well as if you just keep jiggle peeking cover and you have the network on your side, the bullets just go through the wall. So I think a hand cannon is just superior in almost every way, including time to kill. So for that reason, we're going to go over all of the hand cannons in the game that cool down your grenade, starting with worst to best. Why is Ancient Gospel considered the worst? Because I can't hit a shot with it. Its gun model just does not agree with me. But if you were optimizing, To the Pain does make sense. You can get to 94 aim assist if you just keep the gun out. For the same reason, Zelly's Bane, I can't hit anything with it. The gun model just doesn't agree with me. So the first real suggestion is bottom dollar, and you can gamble this for 15,000 Glimmer apiece at Drifter, and maybe you get lucky. But this is only a recommendation really for Verity's Brow, which, like I said, is just a meme build. So the first real option is Better Devils, and you have an option of some consistency perks here. Try to get the stability to around 70 so you don't really have to recoil control and just easily aim for the head. Yes, range still matters, but not as much as you think on a hand cannon, especially when it comes with Nadir focus. You can also gamble DFA from Zavala. Although Demolitionist gives you 10% for a primary kill, keep in mind that it gives 20% for a special weapon kill. We're going to talk about that later. Wellspring gives you 8%, which is pretty damn close to 10%, but it gives it to your class ability and your melee. And if you notice with the optimal split here, something has to give, and that's usually class ability. Also, you don't have to run 160 grenade. You could just follow up your own grenade with damage, which is what you're going to do. So even this build, I think, is a main build, even if you're running 3 of them on the same team. You're much better off just having a floating Dawn Blade, an Invis player, and then you just play Astrocyte Verse with 70 grenade, or maybe 90 grenade with Undermining. Just one of those, and just play normally. Anyway, let's continue. Wellspring, good choice. Austringer is craftable, and you can get a very solid weapon, but its aim assist does fall a little bit short compared to modern hand cannons, although to excess does give you 20 grenade stat. Hold up. I guess that would give you more damage to your grenade, which is kind of interesting if you really want to see the nuke take off, but kind of hard to pull off. But just know that exists. I think this is your starter pack hand cannon while you look for an upgrade if you ended up liking this build. Next up is Luna's Howl because of the Indomitability origin trait. 5% grenade energy for a kill, since you're going to be playing a light subclass anyway. I don't like this hand cannon for the same reason I don't like Ancient Gospel or Zally's. On mouse and keyboard, I can't see my opponent, so I would rather just use a different hand cannon. And luckily, Midnight Coup has the same origin trait, but it has low base stats for exchange of extremely high aim assist. So you kind of have to get a very specific roll to have this feel fantastic, but if you do get that roll, which, I mean, good luck, it might be the best option, which is why I saved it for last. And you do have a couple options other than shoot to loot, but know that enhanced, it does give +5 range, and there is a world where you run explosive payload because it'll double stack Zen Moment, and you could just run some weapon stat to get rid of the explosive payload damage reduction. You could also go moving target to remove the need to even use a targeting mod on your helmets. I strongly recommend Midnight Coup if you're going for like, this is your build, this is your thing now, this is what you want to do. Probably worth farming for that. As for special weapons, Bray Inheritance gives you some grenade energy for landing a hit. However, this also has Demolitionist, so it's just icing on the cake. You probably want moving target since this is the type of slug that has high aim assist, low handling, but for some reason, both Heritage and Fortissimo forgot the memo to have lower handling, so it's fantastic. I mentioned Swashbuckler here because on Voidwalker you have 2 charges of a melee that goes around the corner to secure the kill, and Swashbuckler means you can now body shot the opponent, so food for thought. And then Killing Wind lets you get double kills from extreme ranges. Fortissimo has both Wellspring and Demolitionist for the highest per kill grenade recharge. And this one might be what I recommend, but just keep in mind Heritage is craftable, and I like the look of it more. So Heritage is my winner. Keep in mind that you can also go Adrenaline Junkie on Fortissimo to get the one-shot bodies, and that might honestly come up more often than Heritage with Swashbuckler, but I mean, pick your poison. Nessa's Oblation, another raid slug. Demo opening shot, can't really go wrong with that. If you were in a prismatic subclass, you could get a kill, pop a radiant melee, and you will be able to body shot with this perk, but not on this Void build. Do want to mention it though in case it's in your vault. Succession. This one is craftable, but the new version has Indomitability for an extra 5%. But beggars can't be choosers. If you have the pattern, I would just craft it and not waste time going for this extremely low chance of getting this roll. Plus, if you were going to go for this, I would just stop at Discord anyway, because I like that perk more than getting more grenades. But as usual, this is a themed build, so Succession is amazing. There's also Defiance of Yasmin if you have that pattern, which comes with Snapshot Demolitionist. But Succession being a high impact means it kills more supers. I think just shy of maybe a couple Titan supers, Song of Flame, and Spectral Blades. And now that I've listed them, you're probably like, well, that's the only supers I fight in PvP. You're right. There's a reason that I run Vorpal Weapon on my high impact snipers now, which is an option on Succession. Maybe not the old one. Let's check. No, it is an option on the old one. Yeah, just use that. That's... If you're tired of dying to supers, just switch to Vorpal Weapon. Luna Regolith from Zavala. High impact snipe. Gets demo and snapshot and has wildcard to help keep revives down. Embraced Identity from... I want to say the Traveler, but you know which one it is. The Final Shape campaign. Keep in mind that with this Dealer's Choice Origin trait, you could throw on the Final Shape machine gun, and you just get extra super energy for getting sniper kills. It does add up. The handling might be a little slow on its own, but remember you can combine this with Ophidian Aspect if you're an Ophidian user anyway. And this would be an excellent choice to get some of that grenade energy back. Final one, Traveler's Chosen. You honestly don't even need a Demolitionist energy weapon at this point, because you're going to be overkilling people with how many extra grenades you get back. And that about covers everything for optimizing Controverse Hold and doing the meme Verity's brow stuff. I hope you enjoy this short gameplay. Sorry if I went overkill on the explanation, but there's a giant portion of my audience who likes this. Maybe this one wasn't commuter friendly, so my bad. Let's talk about the other auto rifle I tried to use, Reckless Oracle. Paracausal Affinity. Basically landing a light element kill, which could be my Axion Bolt or my conditional finality on solar mode, or the gun itself gives me a 20% damage bonus. I don't know why they picked 20%, but it's there. On paper, this should be one of the highest performing weapons because of combining it with Disaster Core armor, but honestly, I felt like I lost every duel with this thing even when I got first shot. So, up to you if you can make it work. I certainly couldn't. I'm not going to recommend any power weapons with Demolitionist and whatnot. Just pick one. I don't even use power ammo in PvP. Okay, mods real quick. Firepower and heavy-handed, because you can sort of extend your devour by picking up an orb on the floor. I do think it's worth going into that. Then Ashes to Asset probably does help you get a super, but like, realistically, I would just run a in-flight compensator or a targeting for your sniper rifle. Since I'm using a pure grenade build, this is one of the rare times that I take off the enhanced athletics. I just want my grenade to be oppressive with how often I have it, and picking up those orbs, which are making from firepower and heavy-handed, additionally cool down your grenade even more. Same thing here. If you're not using a surge, you can go distribution and it helps with your grenade. Although at like 9 class ability or whatever you're at, you're not getting your class ability very often. So it honestly doesn't even matter what you run. Healing Rift and Powering Rift, you're probably going to get like 3 a match. So I get super personal preference, but keep in mind some of my armor stacked me over 100 super. So if you're over 100 super, you might as well go Nova Warp. I don't know the breakpoint, but there's a certain breakpoint where you don't even have to charge this up to one-tap people in PvP. So I hope you learned something new about charging Axion Bolts in PvP. As far as the playstyle goes, really just talk to your teammates on the mic if you're playing like organized trials or something, and cook your grenade, toss it behind the opponents, and say push. It's just that simple, and it's going to make it very, very, very consistent for team wipes. See you in the next one. Take care, friends. Oh. I should be the slowest one here, so gonna have to hope for the best. Wait. What the fuck is this lobby balancing? Is anybody else seeing this? I actually think we got all 6 of the strong players. Not to, like, disrespect the opponents or anything, but, like, I know all these players on my team. Every single one of them. These are the fastest tricorn procs I've ever hit. Look, 6 more seconds of tricorn too. I'm just gonna refresh it. I don't even need to, like, reproc it. Dude, what is this lobby balancing though, for real? Tricorn again. Alright, let's see. 7 more seconds of tricorn, another grenade. Look at those Axion. Let's just place this right here because I know I'm going to use it in a second. I'm just holding this because they'll walk into the stream of bullets. I've got a we ran by just throwing grenades in front of my teammates. We could not have handpicked a better 6-stack for right now at this hour. This is so stupid. Like I said, no disrespect to the enemy team, but what the hell was that? Did IQ comp by accident? I mean, it's Jam 4, so we're gonna stay, but... I'm taking the wrong path on purpose. Oh, nice. I got a grenade kill. Now I can go to A with it. Oh, another. Let's go. Was dancing there. It's gonna work. Oh my goodness. Another one! Look at the grenade energy. I don't even have to use Traveler's Chosen. It's gonna happen again. That's not gonna work. No way. Hold on. Want that devour. How are there less players, but the Axion Bolts have been more effective? Like, it blows my mind. I mean, granted, though, it does create 4 Seekers. Get him on transition. If teammates crossing, it's free. That's gonna be a fat one. We're going. I want the ammo, but I want to stop B-flag more. That should give me another one. That feed is scary. Thanks for the devour. I just random through that because it's like I have Gathering Light anyway, and a lot of people just joined the match. I'm not taking the shot. I wanted to spawn kill it just to show you that I could, but today's focus is on Axion Bolts. Alright, so this grenade launcher gives me a lot of grenade energy. I want to hit him volatile first, if possible, before I grenade launcher him. I don't even want him to see it. I wonder, no, there's no way I get grenade launcher energy off myself, but that was definitely a missed input. Such a good snipe to just nothing. I see more green. Let's go get some volatile. He definitely has more fusion. Just chill. He's out, because that was the Titan. That's not gonna kill because of the barricade. Shoulder surge? That hit? To A. I was so confident I hit that. I know that there's one player AFK on the enemy team. Like, not much I can do about that. Well, yeah, I guess I overthrew that. Let's hit the ceiling. Bring him here. Give me my devour. Gonna land. Lock in. I'm feeling pretty good about the snipe right now. Like, some of these aren't landing, but I'm feeling really good about it despite that. Like, I know if I was using an adaptive or a rapid fire, these would all just be domes. Alright, fair play, fair play. I should probably cap this. They have enough time to come back. Oh, huge play on B. That might be play of the game. I wonder. It's only one player now. Should start seeing the next super soon. Spawn kill. Alright, fair play. Gonna have to deal with a lot of power ammo. Oh, maybe not. Teammates are going huge. Those barricades are genuinely preventing my Axions from doing anything. Huge. Oof, I was trying to get the multi-kill on the flag. Alright, well, despite a hot opener and then the match being kind of uneventful for the second 2/3, I think you understand the idea, at least, about its consistency.